What's going on YouTube? I am back. So we're here to talk about more fatiguers getting put in their place. As always, love seeing people and animals fight back against these low IQ individuals. And we got an example of a horse who's like, fuck this, cop this, and body slams a fatiguer. Plus we've got lots more fails as well. But as I always say first up, if you want to help me out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Help me get to 320k because I'm struggling here. But now let's get to this fatiguer here, who gets put in his place, gets body slammed. The caption says suplexed by a horse. Let's check it out.
Smooch when you hit him.
The horse is like, get the fuck off me.
You good? Stand up straight, bitch. Smooch when you hit him.
Let's see that again.
You good?
Shout out to the horse. Shout out to bloody Seabiscuit, Secretariat, Sub-Zero. If you're in Australia, you're a bloody legend.
It's trying to headbutt me, bro.
But let's go to some place in Europe, I'm not sure where the police there are giving a great example of how you deal with out-of-control fatiguers, particularly the woman who tries to run up and intervene. Chuck him in a bin. Love seeing it. Here's an example of why you don't let your pants sag. I thought that fashion trend, in quotation marks, had played out years ago. I mean, that was like a thing in the 90s. Well, here's why you don't do it. To some EBT action. And in Florida, apparently, they're restricting the foods you can spend food stamps on. But Sharkeisha is mad about it.
No sodas. You can't get your coffee creamer. You can't even get ice cream. That's wrong. What am I to do? That's wrong. Somebody needs to do something about this. I know it's affecting everybody. I eat healthy. I love my fruit. I love my sweets too.
And this meme makes a great point. Why are all the black women on food stamps obese? That's a valid question. Why are they? If they're doing it so tough, if they're struggling so much, they can barely feed themselves. How do they maintain their obesity? I mean, the truth is, I think they're getting a shit ton of benefits and they're buying a whole lot of shit and they're stuffing their fucking faces. That's what's going on here. Probably not even feeding the kids. You notice how a lot of the kids in these situations are skinny as fuck? Now let's get to Dave Chappelle. Man, this guy went full cuck just like Bill Burr.
And I did resent that the Republican Party ran on transgender jokes. I felt like they were doing a weaponized version of what I was doing. I didn't. It's not what I was doing.
Really? Man, 90s Dave Chappelle would be embarrassed by what this guy's become. The main talking point of one of his specials was his anti-trans stuff, which the public applauded him for doing. But suddenly now, he doesn't want people joking about it.
Why are you gay? No, you can't deny. You are gay. And you got gay friends who are telling everyone how you became the gayest of all of them. Shame.
But maybe he's just following a trend these days within his community. As you can see there. Now some YNs are literally carrying purses. Yeah. They're walking around with purses. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. This is fucking so fucking pathetic. It is. Now let's see some Africans get kicked out of the UK. We've talked about this story in the past. This one's about this African tribe which set up their kingdom in the Scottish wilderness. They tried to set up this, you know, bit of maybe a David Koresh style cult thing in the Scottish wilderness, acting like they owned that land. You know, some bullshit about, you know, colonialism, some garbage about that. But then the courts found, no, it's not your land. We're going to deport you. And thankfully, they have now been deported. But here was some footage challenging the claims.
Nobody can stop Kubala. Kubala is strong. This land is not even their land. They came to Africa, around the whole world. They didn't recognize any court of law. Yes. These people have got no morality or any right to tell anybody what is right or wrong. They benefit today from what their ancestors did, what they did to our forefathers, our foremothers. Yes, they come today and tell us, you can't even live in a tent. They have taken everything from us.
Okay, so they moved from their third world dump to a first world country and wanted to recreate a third world dump in that first world country. That was their plan. I mean, we're talking about really high IQ individuals here. You know, the cream of the crop, the best of the best. But Africans like this moving to Western countries and claiming that they was kangs. They was kangs. But were they? Because when you go by the artwork from ancient Egypt, the real artwork, it tells a very different story. They wasn't kangs. They wasn't kangs. I mean, going by this one here, they're saying, no, you were dick washers. I wonder how these, you know, we was kangs people react to some artwork like that, which is real, by the way. But let's finish up with some homework for you. Go to Google and type in pregnant white woman and go to Google Images and you'll get images like that. And the majority of the images won't be a white woman with a white man or a white family or a white woman by herself. It will be a white woman with a black man. But when you do the reverse and you do a pregnant black woman, you don't get the reverse. Yep, they're definitely pushing a message, but that's what's going on. Hope you're having a good day as always, and as I always say, get the peons the hell out of my stinking house.